Hey guys, and welcome to my new series, Mixed Bag Mysteries, where we'll take a look at games on Steam with mixed reviews and try to figure out why there's such a different opinion on these titles. For the first game, we will be looking at Play With Me, a puzzle game clearly influenced by the Saw movies. With a game like this, you're targeting two types of people, those into puzzle games and those into horror. That may be the issue. Is it the horror section as bad, or is it the puzzles that cause for the difference in opinions? It's also possible both the horror and puzzle sections suck, or maybe they're both good. Alright, let's get into it by looking at the story and the horror aspects first. With a movie like Saw being your inspiration, you really want to capture that feeling of suspense and pure horror. The story will put you through trials of pure pain and torture, things that you'll never want to think of again, right? Well, the cliché main character is a journalist who's been chasing a story on a long-time serial killer, and of course he gets captured at the scene of a car accident and locked away in a creepy Saw-like setting. And surely when you wake up locked in a creepy dark boiler room, you're going to be freaking out.
What is this place?
Oh, well, he actually took that fairly well. I'm sure when shit really starts to hit the fan, though, he'll realize the hell he is in, and the tension will start to build. But, after a few rooms, nothing really happens, until you get to the medical room. At this point, you come across a dead body that you have to deal with. This is where reality sets in. Death is involved, and well...
Great, battery died. I have to charge it somehow, or change it.
Wait, all he cared about was the fucking battery? Man has no emotion, but maybe he's just an idiot. And yes, that is a cell phone he has, but thanks to a fantastic plot device, it only works for certain calls in, and he complains it has no reception, despite it always showing full bars. The game likes to frequently remind you that you're a journalist chasing down a serial killer, and your character still likes to question who it is he captured him, despite frequently being shown clips of his news articles on the killer and other subjects. I think this discovery of one of his stories just shows how intelligent he is.
This is what I called my article in which I described mysterious kidnappings of homeless people in our town. The perpetrator...
Wait, what? I have your toy? That's the name of his article on homeless abductions? What does that even mean, I have your toy? I'm getting tired of this guy. He's an idiot. What is it that will push him over the edge? Finally, there's one level where you wake up in a coffin, and he actually reacts.
Oh God! Let me out, you psycho! I have to free myself somehow. I can only look at something from far away.
And that lasted for 2 seconds. His mood changed really quickly. I guess that's pretty impressive. Or maybe the voice acting direction is just terrible, who knows. I think we've established there's very little horror or suspense in the game. The story is just terrible. But thankfully we have the puzzles to redeem it, right? Well, unfortunately for the game, pretty much all the puzzles are exactly the same. You go through approximately 18 puzzle rooms, pick up useful items that may show you dark areas, and search for door codes. There are slight variations in each puzzle, but it always amounts to finding a correct door code hidden somewhere in the room. Sometimes you find the code with a black light, sometimes you have to trigger an event to reveal part of the code. I'm going to spoil one of the codes right now for you, just to highlight how ridiculous some of these are. In the body room, as you half-caringly put a knife into the cadaver and pull out a note, you think, oh, the code must be inside this bag, and you have to open it somehow. But no, that's not it. Here, let me show you where the code is. You see that written in the blood? That's the code. You had to zoom all the way in just to barely make out what it says. The game is also helpful in that it will give you hints by right-clicking on the lock you need to open. A right-click is also how you back out of a menu. So frequently I found myself giving myself hints accidentally when I didn't want them. A really weird way to set up this feature of the game. You can later go into a hard mode without hints and adjust some of the puzzles so you can push it to be more challenging for you. But at this point the game just lost any interest I had in it, and I felt I was just pushing through to finish it to the end. So why are the reviews mixed? Well, some of the people seem to be praising the room aesthetic, which I admit are pretty well done, and dislike the story. The rest of the reviews seem mixed on the puzzles. Some found the puzzles fun, and while even I think they're not the worst, they have a feeling of repetition, and on top of the cheesy story, it's not a game I would really recommend. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my new Mixed Bag Mystery series, and our first look at Play With Me. If you did, there will be plenty more to come. There are plenty more videos in my backlog for you to check out. You can also join my Discord in the description below, where we discuss all sorts of games. So thanks for stopping by.
Did you kill her? Did you? What's that supposed to mean, Sarah? If I type in the code in the panel next to me, I will unlock this door.